So this is take 2 because I forgot my trekking poles. We're here at the Anaruby Falls parking lot. This is the lower lot. Heading over to Smith Creek. I've got a late start, so the hiking buddy team has headed out ahead of me. It's a big climb. I hope to make some time up and probably catch them. Nothing else, I'll see them up at the top, so not a big deal. But we're right down the street from Unicoi Lodge, and got to move across this bridge, I believe. I think the trail's actually going to start on the other side. Well, after hiking up the campground road, there is a small parking area up here, which I didn't know. So I'm like really behind, but that's okay. Making our way up now. Sign says 5 miles one way. We'll see. I was actually glad to see that parking area because that meant that the trail started at the road, which is the way when I've looked at the trail before. I believe it always showed it that way. On all trails it shows it starting up on the top of this hill. So that is incorrect. Just come across the dam at the lake, turn into the camper area, and parking area is right across from the I think it's a visitor center there. Pretty easy to find. We're still walking through the camper area, but nice little laurel tunnel, which is nice. I'm actually getting kind of warm. Had to take the vest off, so this laurel tunnel is a little cooler. Sounds crazy for the end of December, but it actually feels good. Well, about a mile and a half in, I've come to this junction. Possibly another parking area. Not really sure what this is about. No trail access that way. Hiking. So we're just going to go straight across. Here we go. Well, I found a glove and an unopened goo. Strapped the glove to a tree. I passed a few people, but they said it wasn't there, so. Thankfully, the creek is running fairly normal. You could tell here on the trail, though, that water came down the trail. Probably from the last big rain. Been raining for days, but the last 24 hours it probably got a lot, because we did about an hour or so south of here. So, well, we've been climbing. Now it's starting to get a little bit steep. This is kind of reminiscent of the Deep Gap Branch Trail, where you're really perched on the side slope, but looks like this is going to undulate a little bit, which would be nice. And mud. Not fun. Well, an unexpected surprise. A waterfall, or cascade if you will. Really nice. Wow. Sadly, there's not a really good spot to photograph or film it, but unless I was right in the middle of the trail and the creek. Beautiful though. What a drop. You can see how tall that tree was. Looks like it took out a second tree too. Goes way on back here. All the way back to this root ball. Right here. That's crazy. Starting to pitch up now. Still some good sights to see. It's an interesting way that root ball and tree came down. Almost looks like it was somewhat planted on that rock. Hard to say. I'm thinking it was probably just at the base of it, but still. I don't know why that's interesting to me, but it is. Had to change my battery out. we're making our way up and around this little hump here, crook if you will. I can hear voices up that way. I thought I heard a couple of voices, and before I thought I heard some echoing down. So I may be gaining on somebody here. Could also be the water. Water can make some eerie sounds. We'll soon find out. Well, that's a trail. I gotta find a way around all of this mud. I don't want to walk down in there. Looks like some folks were coming this way. Wow. All the water could be a lot worse. Well, the GPS made it look like we were going to be a lot closer to that saddle. Thankfully, we're skirting it. So that's nice. Well, we're coming between a gap here, which is kind of nice. Thankfully, it's a calm day. Think about that thing falling on us. And what did it do? Came around that corner. It came up around the back of that same knob. Had to open my big mouth, didn't I? It's not too bad, actually. Climb's not bad. Well, this is interesting because that's the knob. We actually came up through a gap and then came around and came back up to this knob. So there's some people behind me. That may be the voices that I heard. It could be that we're echoing off of hillsides ahead of me, but they're gaining on me, so they must be younger than me. They were not. At least I got this view. When they stopped for a break, I talked to them for a minute. We came over that ridge there and did a little zigzag here. We're making our way down the other side for a little while. Yeah, so we immediately open up. You can see the rock on the side here, and you can hear the roar ahead, so I'm assuming that's the falls. We're getting close enough to hear it now. Of course, we wouldn't have been able to on the other side anyway. There was just too much mountain and hillside. But yeah, we gotta navigate over these rocks actually. So here we go. Trail opened up in some nice actual trail. So working our way down. We may have to go up a little bit more, but it's nice. Nice trail so far here. After you leave the rocky area, you come through those laurels. Kind of opens up here. Nice. Keep making our way. Don't hear the falls as much now, but I imagine we get around this hillside, we'll hear it again. Been able to hear it for a little while. A little bit of a breeze, but I think the majority of that sound's probably the falls. We'll find out shortly. Yeah. That's some perspective on how big around that tree is. A good sized tree right there. Awesome. Beautiful spot right here. Got a little bit of a step down though, real steep step, but wow, pretty. And we're back at the creek, which is nice. Make our way along. Beautiful. It's a little bit muddy and slippery through here though. Gotta be careful. Of course we gotta go across. We've been in all of that and just crossed a pretty significant stream. But then it opens up into all of this. We gotta go up and around this hump here. But it just shows you how the terrain can change just in a blink of an eye almost, you know. Just round the bend and it's totally different. Yeah, it's open out here. But in there we were in laurels and vegetation, and that creek's running pretty good too, so it's pretty wide. Well, that looks pretty well defined going straight on, but it's not. When you're coming down, you just kind of spread out right there. I took the high side, which was probably a mistake, but I didn't fall. Well, I just passed John and a couple of guys from hiking buddy group. They were going to head back, I guess, head on back early. He said everybody else was right down here at the falls and hanging out, so make my way down there. You can definitely hear it. You can see a lot of white water down there. Falls are flowing. John was saying that a lot of people, a lot of tourists down there, so and they can drive to it, so you can hear it. You can see the trail's widened out. Some more people come up to this part of the trail, probably get up to where it narrows and turn around. But yeah, the water's flowing so good. Wow, just through the trees you can see it coming down the main falls. What looks like a big white wall. There's a big white wall of water. Wow, pretty amazing. And here we are. Pretty cool. And a whole lot of water. Making our way through the crowd. What a crowd! You see that tree come down there. We got some more growing here. Kind of missed that coming up. Go down. Going up now. Jake came by, so here I'll start and head this way. I'll go up here and wait for him. Well, we caught everybody. Carlos and Jake behind me. It's all coagulating up so we can start our hike back. We got the train behind us, making our way to the creek crossing. We'll stop there, maybe get a pic. Got the whole family. Yeah, getting some wind down this gully here as we come to the creek crossing. We're going to take a little break. We figure out a way to get across. When I stopped for a little break, everybody else went on. My hips were really bothering me. I'm feeling better now that I took a little bit of a break. So, took some Advil, so trying to make up some time and get back up with the group. Making my way down and you can just see the back of the group, so just about caught up with them. Back at this area where the trail really spread out. Ooh, very slippery, as you can see. The group's right up ahead of me. Had to come across that creek, flat creek there. There's water in the trail. Yeah, hard to find a place to cross. Got a little muddy. Well, if you really needed to get across, yeah, shimmy across there. Making our way down. The guy in front of us has a channel himself. I think it's called Sid's Vids. I'll try to put a link to the bottom of the notes. But yeah. We got a lot of followers. We're back at our crossing. Yeah, just a little ways longer. Well, we got signs of civilization in the park. We make our way back to the car. Here we are, back at the car. I gotta get over to Blackie-O. Right now it's logistics because a lot of us parked over there at the other lot. Having to wait on some folks and then wrestle them together and get back out of the parking lot. All right, we're loading up. Smith Creek Trail's done. Very good trail. I will tell you that there are some spots on it where it's really off camber and there's not a really good trail bed. But it's spotty. I wouldn't say there's sections like that. There's just spots like that. So be careful if you do this in the fall. But it's a good trail. Good trail. Good day. Actually made really good time too. I had 11.8 miles of steps. So yeah, done. Tired.